Hello YouTube, my name is NaysayerX and I want to do a non-biased review video from someone who has never played Warhammer previously. For those of us who may or may not be wondering if the game is worth $39.99 price point on Steam, at least it wasn't $80, am I right? No, but seriously. I've been able to put in 80 hours from early access until release and have acquired level 30, and I've even played quite a bit of the higher difficulty heresy missions. I actually went into this game blind. A buddy of mine told me that he thought it was my style and that I should pick it up and give it a shot. In this video, I'll be pointing out what I liked mainly about the game and my experiences. This isn't your typical pros and cons video. It is more so what I enjoyed and my experience overall from never playing a Warhammer game before. Before we get into this video, make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications bell, and if you have played Darktide, please give me your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. Right off rip, the first thing that drew me into Darktide was the sheer aesthetic of the game. The amazing graphics, the gore, and just overall dark style in the universe. Something about ripping people to shreds with various different range weapons and meleeing bodies into pieces with a variety of melee weapons just screams naysayer. No, really, all jokes aside, I think that the art and the detail in the environments was very well done. Sometimes I just find myself gazing off into random parts of the map as if I was walking on a beach into a beautiful sunset. Well, a very bloody and action-packed beach, I guess. Darktide ran pretty decent on my 2080, getting about 80 to 120 FPS in the beta. In the beta, the game ran much worse, and after release, I have noticed an FPS increase. The next thing that caught my eye was the ability to pick up one of 4 classes currently in Darktide: the Veteran Sharpshooter, the Zealot Preacher, the Ogryn, and the Psyker. Why I mention the classes as a highlight or selling point is because I believe that they allow you to play the game in the style that you would like. What I mean by that, for instance, me personally, I come from a background of shooters and competitive games, so going into this blind, I was like, I'm picking Sharpshooter. Now, if you normally play as a tank, you could go Ogryn, or if you like blowing people's brains up with powers, you could go Psyker. With that being said, they have a playstyle for everyone and anyone. I had a blast leveling my Sharpshooter from level 1 to 30 doing heresy difficulty runs near the end of the game. Sharpshooter overall was very familiar and instantly I felt at home on the class. No idea what to do? Well, just start shooting things. As you progress, you learn and pick up what to do pretty simply. Pop your volley, mow down some special targets, or just get rid of the gunners that are acting and plaguing your teammates. Without going too in depth on specific classes, I just want to mention these things to show that it's quite simple to pick up and play even without a background in previous titles like Vermintide 2. Next thing that stood out to me in 80 hours I played Darktide was the matchmaking system. This system's actually goated. There is quick play to quickly join a match at your difficulty level setting, or you could simply pick a specific mission and join one from the start. Now, in early access and somewhat into release, there was a lot of crashes and bugs, even with Fatshark ironing out things and having a lot of fixing to ensure the crashes were a lot less frequent. They have the ability for you to reconnect upon disconnecting. This was huge for me. If I was disconnected, I simply just reconnected to the game. So many games don't have that feature, so I thought it was an amazing thing to mention. I wanted to point out in Darktide that I found myself just vibing with friends. The ability to invite your homies and just slay out together was mad fun. Hours seemed to go by quickly because it was just that much of a vibe. But yes, as of right now, there is no crossplay. I know, bummer, but my friends were just on PC, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I also know that Darktide is on Game Pass, but I don't believe that you can play with Steam yet. So with that being said, this game is sick for co-op and playing with your friends, as long as they're on Steam. For now at least, the devs have stated that they will be working on cross-platform, and with the title coming to Xbox soon, let's hope they figure it out before the launch. Now another big topic with games is burnout. Will this game be something I can replay over and over again after spending $40 on it and still get enjoyment, or will I want to rip my hair out and look like Uncle Fester? Well, after putting 80 hours in just a few weeks, I think that I can say Darktide's here to stay for me. Various different missions to choose from and various difficulty settings keeps the game interesting. At max level 30, I found myself fiending for more weapons. I was looking for legendaries as mission rewards and going through the levels looking for crafting materials like a pirate that lost his booty. Although the weapons in Darktide are all amazing and do a great job at slaying the heretics, I still think the game is lacking in the weapon variety department. In a game where you're replaying a lot of the same missions over and over, I think that having a massive arsenal of weapons should be their top priority because it helps with them having more variety of playstyles that you can accomplish. This would help the game feel fresh for a longer period of time, and it will be a win for the devs and the players. To sum up this review, I can say I never intended to play this game for longer than 8 hours. But with the dark aesthetic, the awesome gunplay, and the ability to play with friends easily, I found myself not only streaming the game, but playing off stream also. I just couldn't get enough. So if you are new to Warhammer games and kind of on the edge, or if you are a veteran, I think there's a lot of fun to be had no matter what. I'm going to give this game 7.5 scythes out of 10. Reason why it's not a 10 is because there needs to be more guns, more missions, and just overall more weapons added to the game. The game also launched not having full features, including a lot of the crafting and the re-blessing and whatnot. With that being said, I see myself playing this game for quite some time as long as new content is added routinely and the devs keep up with great hotfixes and patches going forward. I believe this game is a great pickup for anyone. Please make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment below. I would love to read them, and make sure you smash the subscribe button. I'll be posting more game reviews in the future. For now, peace out, Scythe Squad, and happy slaying.